Inspection of the cervical spine should occur from the front, sides and back. Particular attention should be paid to the following. Is the head midline? Is there any asymmetry? Is there a normal cervical lordosis? Does the patient have a chin thrust posture? And is the dominant shoulder hanging lower than the non-dominant? Screening movements of the neck are the same as the active movements. They should be tested with the patient sitting. When testing movements, flexion is anticipated to reach 45 degrees in a normal patient, extension 60 degrees, rotation 80 degrees bilaterally, while lateral flexion should reach 45 degrees bilaterally. The spinous processes and neck musculature should be palpated. The spinous processes can be bifid, making interpretation of the alignment difficult. The presence or not of muscle spasm and of local tenderness should be assessed. Palpation is often most useful to provide a baseline for comparison with the findings from future examinations. Neurological testing should be undertaken whenever there are symptoms of brachyalgia. These symptoms originate from the C5 to T1 nerve roots, so often it is only these which are tested. When myotomal testing is undertaken, the strength on both sides is compared. C5 is tested by abducting the arm to about 45 degrees, and then the subject attempts to return the arm to neutral position. C6 is tested by having the patient supinate the forearm and then maintain elbow flexion against the examiner's attempt to overcome this movement. C7 is tested by having the patient flex the elbow to 90 degrees and then attempt to extend it against resistance applied by the examiner to the dorsum of the forearm just above the wrist. C8 is tested by having the patient hold his or her fingers in extension, with the examiner attempting to overcome this position It can also be tested by having the patient curl or flex his or her fingers and then maintain this position against the examiner's attempt to straighten them. T1 is assessed by testing the intrinsic muscles. This is most commonly done by the patient spreading the fingers and maintaining this position against resistance. The reflexes are tested comparing the two sides against each other. The biceps is a C5 and C6 reflex. The brachioradialis is predominantly a C6 reflex, and the triceps is predominantly a C7 reflex. Sensation is tested initially by light touch from the examiner. More formal testing, such as with cotton wool, only needs to be undertaken when differences are shown by screening. When sensation is being tested, it is relatively easy to distinguish a median or ulnar nerve lesion from a brachyalgia, because sensory changes from these two nerves split the ring finger, while sensory change from a C8 lesion will encompass the whole of the ring finger. Palpation may also be undertaken with a patient lying down, as is demonstrated here. This has the advantage of relaxing the musculature, enabling easier palpation of deeper structures.